Well, the rain has subsided in the city of Bangalore, but the froth in the Bellandur and the Vartur lakes continue to worry residents in the area. Experts believe that this time around, the height of the froth has only risen. Meanwhile, garbage woes in the city of Bangalore are back to haunt its citizens. On Magicbricks Now, we ask, what is the government doing to address the issue? Amita Balachandra sends us details.
Absolutely, the state government has not adhered to its deadlines when it comes to scientific processing units or setting up 7 new sewage treatment plants in the city of Bengaluru. When we got in touch with the civic body BBMP, they told us that work is in progress and that 2 LTPs or leachate treatment plants will be set up within a span of 5 to 6 months, one in Chikanagamangala and the other one in Kanahalli at the moment. Now, leachate is nothing but a chemical-like substance which contains toxic elements like ammonia and other contaminants. Now, these contaminants will be processed and then that leachate will be used for other utilities like washing or even in industries is what we're learning. All the scientific processing units present at the moment, about 7 of them, which is government owned, all of these units will have one leachate treatment plant at the end of the day, but that of course is going to take some time. These 2 plants will be set up within a span of 5 to 6 months. Another thing that I want to point out is that several landfills have been shut down in the city of Bengaluru because residents are up in arms against them. There are 3 quarries at the moment in Bengaluru. What we're learning is that 2 extra quarries will be set up in the city of Bengaluru, one interestingly in Mysore Road and the other one in Devanahalli. So that was garbage. When it comes to Vartur and Bellandur Lake, where toxic foam has just been increasing, especially because of the rains, what we're learning from the expert committee is that there has been a report that they've drawn up and that they will submit to the state government, and all the short-term and long-term plans have been drawn up already for rejuvenating both these lakes. Short-term, of course, they're going to increase the number of outlets in Bellandur and Vartur to rejuvenate those lakes in the short term. But long term, of course, is a sewage treatment plant will come up by the BWSSB in that area. This report, we learn, is going to be submitted very soon to the state government.
Well, the visuals on your screen speak for themselves. The IT city of India, Bangalore, has an appalling state of affairs. People hopelessly left fighting civic nightmares. They're met with bad, toxic lakes, bad roads at their daily commute, and right outside their homes, garbage piling up onto the streets in every street corner. This is a problem in Bangalore. Every citizen of Bangalore being plagued by the garbage issue. On Urban Debate tonight, we ask, what is it going to take for the government to fix Bangalore's problems? Why does Bangalore continue to bleed and struggle? Hashtag Bleeding Bengaluru. Join us, and if you want to speak to your government, pick up the phone and call us. Our phone number is going to be at the bottom of your screen as well. Joining me on the show tonight, Dr. Naseer Hussain Spokesperson of the All India Congress, who represents the government in the state. Ramesh Babu Spokesperson of the Karnataka State JDS. Dr. Vaman Acharya, former chairman of the Karnataka State Pollution Control and the member of the ESC on Waste Management Control. We also have NS Ramakanth, member of the SWM. He's an expert. He's also with the government of Karnataka. Gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us. I want to start by asking Dr. Vaman Acharya, the problem of garbage piling up on the streets of Bangalore. Every street corner, every citizen is complaining about garbage right now. Why is it so complicated to get garbage collected in Bangalore?
Yeah, the total waste issue has to be seen in 2 parts. One part is collection from door to door and segregating it. Previously, we thought that the segregation has to be done at home only. Since it did not happen, we were trying to make it segregation after collection also, then transporting and then processing. These were the 3 stages we thought we should bring it into action. But now, for this, what we did is all the pits where dustbins at each corner used to be there, we have removed all of them from Bangalore city. So, in some places, if the garbage is not cleared in time, you see those heaps. But I feel And I see that Bangalore is not that hopeless as
it's very
being
hopeless.
depicted.
It's very
It is
hopeless, Dr. Acharya.
happening.
It's very, very hopeless. Let's not say that Bangalore is not that hopeless. Every street corner has garbage on it right now. People are complaining that they are not able to get their garbage collected. People who segregate garbage don't have anybody coming to pick that garbage up and to actually treat it in a segregated manner. There are cows eating garbage on the corner of every street. So are you telling me it's not that bad? It's worse than any other city in the country right now.
I know there has been spilling out, I agree, but lot of work is being done by Bangalore Municipal Corporation on this issue.
What work is being done? What work is being done?
Collected and transport. No, this segregation is being done at all ward levels and lorries are carrying them separately. Not that nothing is happening there, and 7 plus 1, 8 beautiful processing plants. State-of-the-art
Eight beautiful processing plants are only working to half their capacity. The plant in Chikkanamala in Anikal Taluk is only working to half its capacity. You might have 8 plants, but they are not being used. Ramesh Babu, do you agree that the state government and the local government is doing its best?
No, I agree that the processing that is happening in most of these 8 units is not 100%. But it is just taking up. You must have seen the situation just an year back. There were nobody to pick up even some quantity. Today, out of 4,000 tons per day, more than 3,000 tons is being picked up and carried and being processed out of Bangalore, taking them to processing plants. This is happening, but there are some spillouts, there are some corner sites where such dirty garbage is being seen. But I definitely feel that Bangalore is one of the very clean cities as far as roads are concerned. There is
Ramesh Babu, I disagree. I personally, as a citizen of Bangalore, sir, I disagree with the point that Bangalore is a clean city and there's no garbage in the city. I think you're completely misrepresenting, and anybody who lives in Bangalore, travels to Bangalore, knows the truth right now. Ramesh Babu, is Bangalore a clean city? Are the streets clean? Is the garbage being picked up? Should we be happy?
No, I am not happy. I do agree with you. Now it is a garbage city. It is not a clean city. Neither state government nor BBMP is having action plan to clear the garbage problem so far. Every day we are getting 4,000 tons garbage in the Bengaluru city. It is very unfortunate. Being a political person, we have to have the responsibility. We have to answer the public. We fail to perform our duties in the BBMP as well as in the state government. See, every day people are suffering. There is a mafia in the Bangalore, the garbage mafia colluded with the elected representatives. They are doing all these problems. You see, it is a 1,000 crores transaction turnover every year in the BBMP. They went to the High Court, they got the stay order. Every time they are approaching the courts, they are creating the problem. It is very unfortunate. Every day we are facing the problem. So far we assured BJP, Congress, JDS, both, all the political parties assured the public of the Bangalore to clear the garbage problem. But so far it is not effective and implemented. It is very unfortunate. Even today people are suffering. The state government and who they are ruling the BBMP now and previous time also, they failed to perform their duties. It is very unfortunate. It is shame on the part of the politicians as well as the government.
Dr. Naseer Hussain, please respond to that. Tell us, what are these plans that the state government and the municipality has to clean up Bangalore, and why has none of it worked up till now? Not a single plan has been a success.
I think I should be frank here on your television channel. I partly agree with you, and I partly agree with the gentleman who was speaking now. See, the city of Bengaluru has faced this problem of garbage for the past 3-4 years, and it has been such a huge problem that various associations, various organizations, citizens groups came out and protested against this problem. The Chief Minister and the state government had to step in to solve this problem, and they have been actively involved to see that there is a permanent solution to this. But I would like to mention here that this problem did start about 3-4 years back when we were not in the BBMP, and what we could make out is that there's a huge nexus between some of the elected corporators, some transport contractors, and then some people those are dealing with the garbage. Because I don't know what made the earlier BBMP to shift the garbage, those areas where the garbage was piled up, and to carry that garbage and dump it somewhere very far. I think there's some sort of a nexus. We have been able to break that nexus to a certain extent, and then we have been able to pull in some international agencies who could help us in recycling this garbage. You already know that about 4 plants are set up in which the segregation and recycling is being done. And then I think with the government of Sweden, some tie-up has been done. In that process has already started. I think 7 or 8 units will be set up in about year's time. That which permanently solve the problem of garbage in Bangalore city. The state government, the Congress party, and the present BBMP, everyone is serious about these issues because we cannot bear.
Dr. Hussain, what is the solution right now? What is the solution right now? The problem is that garbage is not being picked up on the sides of the street. What is the solution right now?
Ma'am, you can't have an overnight solution. Ma'am, you can't have an overnight solution to a problem that has been deliberately developed over years. We should have a permanent solution for that, for which we already have a tied up with some international agency and they are working on it.
So you had reissued your tenders for garbage collection in
and
May.
We are serious on it, maybe another 6 months.
You had reissued your tenders for garbage collection in May. What is the progress on the tenders for garbage? How do you propose to remove the corruption from the system that you have just acknowledged exists?
Yeah, see, we have to break. First of all, we have to break this nexus. One,
How?
bring about
How?
transparency.
How do you plan to break the nexus?
Bring in
Dr.
some
Hussain, how do you plan to
more
break the
modern
nexus?
equipments to deal with this issue. Yeah.
How do you plan to break the nexus?
See, we will have to find out the people. Those. Yeah, that's what. Everyone knows there is an nexus. So we will have to break the nexus by identify the people or the elements, those who are involved in it, and punishing them, and make the system more and more transparent in BBMP.
How much progress have you made in identifying the people who are part of the nexus?
I think the BBMP is at it. The state government is at it. This is something which I can't reveal on the television channel.
That's not a good enough answer for me. Ramesh Babu, state government and BBMP is active.
I have few things.
What my friend is telling is not correct. No. My friend has to see the what manifesto they have given at the time of BBMP election as well as assembly election by the Congress party. They have given so much assurance in cleaning of the garbage in Bangalore city. So far they have not implemented. The state government utterly failed to perform to clear the garbage in Bangalore city. Because what they have assured before the election, so far they have not granted the funds to the Bangalore city. They have not, first of all, they are not having vision to clear the garbage in the Bangalore. They have changed 3 commissioners in the BBMP. If they have vision to clear the garbage in Bangalore city, why they have changed often the commissioners of Bangalore? Recently they have changed Mr. Kumar Naik. Now they have put one person by name Manjunatha Prasad. They have to take 1 year time to know the problem of the Bangalore city. This is the mistake did by the state government. They must have a vision. They must give the preference to the Bangalore city. If Bangalore is cleared, all problems of the state will be cleared. They are not giving much preference to the Bangalore city.
I want to bring in Mr. N.S. Ramakanth, who is a waste disposal expert right now. Mr. Ramakanth, do you agree that the state government has failed because we've not come up with a solution for the city of Bangalore, that we still don't have a plan in place? Mr. Ramakanth?
Let me tell you, because the part, I don't know that Mr. Naseer Hussain and others who are explaining, we don't need foreign Swedish technology and all those technologies. We have got enough technology and expertise in India only, and we are searching for them, and most of them are sending their rejected machinery to India. That is definite, and they are not giving their machinery which is proved. And as far as your roadside garbage which you are concerned, which you are mentioning, see, Bangalore has got the best policy and the best laws in the country. We have only problem of implementation and enforcing. Because of the political will, we are not able to enforce. Now the latest, I myself argued in the court and got the green signal for appointing ex-servicemen in each ward as marshals. We are going to employ them as litter marshals, and they will find the people ruthlessly. Then only we are going to get the thing in order. And wherever some good officials are there and good elected representatives are there, there are at least about 8 or 10 wards where you don't find any garbage outside. The policy as far as Bangalore is, why you are calling us the garbage all around, we are failing in visual cleanliness. For this, what we are trying is to put in some bins in some commercial places and also in some places like economically lower section places where there is no efficiency in collection. And let me accept that our efficiency in collection has gone down to 40%, all because of the nexus which other gentleman has pointed out. That is the reason for that. Nexus between the officials, elected representatives and the contractors. This is the problem we have. And we the experts have framed new guidelines for the new tender. But unfortunately, nobody is coming forward and applying because we have made the conditions so strict in that. This is our problem. Now we are even trying to empower the Paura Karmikas who are working, trying to make workers cooperatives, give them in their hands instead of taking away the middle contractors out. So I don't know how far the elected people will support us. We have already recommended to the government that we should employ workers cooperatives in each ward so that door-to-door collection improves to 100%. Once that improves, we have got enough loss.
Very well said.
City.
Very well
And
said. It's a beautiful city. It's a beautiful city that has the technology, that has the intelligence. What we lack is the political will. What we lack is enforcement. What we lack is intention.
Exactly.
And if where are we going to get these things from? Ranjit is on the phone line. Dr. Acharya, I'll come to you in a second. Ranjit is a citizen who's on the phone line, who's called to speak with us right now. Ranjit, go ahead.
Yeah, good evening, madam.
Good evening.
Nice talking to you in this program. I would like to first appreciate your bold initiatives. It's really been very nice to hear you are doing a great job on this.
Thank you, Ranjit. We appreciate your support.
Thank you, ma'am. And I actually am staying in a place called Munikulalu in Bangalore. It's in the Marathali area. And last year, we had it's called the Dental College Road. It's a very, very busy road. It connects the old airport road to the outer ring road. It's a shortcut. And last year we had some stormwater drains and all, and the road was dug up, and we had a lot of trouble. But at least we hope that things will all go fine. The new road was also laid. But unfortunately, this year the quality of roads have been so bad. The side sewers and everything which was done last year, this year it's all opened up, it's all clogged up, and one drain was it was good enough to overflow the sewage into the road, and it's become really a pathetic road. And it's no wonder that there are a lot of school buses and a lot of vehicles going on this road. We don't see any improvement to the road being made. We see some patch-up works and things like that. And it's really pathetic to see this condition. We would like to hear from the people involved what steps they would like to take in this regard. And this is one main road which is being, though it's a small road, but it's a main connectivity which many people use to avoid a lot of traffic. We would like to see some solution, and please take this up in your program. I would like to hear about it.
Ranjit, thank you so much for calling. Dr. Naseer Hussain, this is a very fair question. He's talking about a particular street, the Dental College Road. Is it possible to have the municipality or the state government, some representative, look specifically into this problem and give Ranjit an answer?
Yeah, local corporators generally attend these, and local engineers have to do this job.
On your channel, I mean.
That.
1 second. Dr. Acharya, 1 second.
We'll have to approach them and some solution. I wanted to add one thing.
Dr. Acharya, 1 second. I'll come to you. Dr. Acharya, 1 second. I want Dr. Naseer Hussain to answer first. Dr. Hussain, can we give Ranjit a commitment on the show that we'll have the problem looked into?
I appreciate Mr. Ranjit's involvement on the issue. We would like to welcome not only Mr. Ranjit, Mr. Dr. Acharya, anybody who would like to come and help, advise, suggest, bring in the problems to the BBMP. I, as a spokesperson of the Congress party, would like to promise here that that particular issue will be taken up, and I personally will ask someone to take it up and attend to it. That is one part. Second thing, what is more important is more and more citizen group, more and more individuals, more and more enlightened people, more and more social servants, if they come up and try to get involved in the affairs of the civic communities of Bengaluru city, that will be appreciated, that will be welcomed, and that will be supported by the government. Because this is our city, and I, as a congressman, would like to say the international image of this city was laid and built by the Congress party during the time of Mr. S.M. Krishna. We would like to reconnect to that era and bring the old glory back to Bangalore. We want Bangalore to be the leading city and an international city of India. So we have a vision, and we are committed to that vision. We are trying to do our best, and also like to assure Mr. Ramesh Babu that every single point that has been highlighted in the manifesto during the BBMP election by the Congress party will be taken up and will be fulfilled during this tenure of the state government and this tenure of the BBMP.
Nothing makes me happier than to hear that the city that I grew up in will regain its old glory. What I am going to do for the benefit of all of our viewers who are calling in is also I'm going to put up my personal Twitter handle. So if you're not getting the kind of response that you expect to get at Faye D'Souza, get in touch with me and we'll follow up with the state government and make sure that your problems are being looked at. Rohit is on the phone line right now. Rohit has a question. Lohit has a problem as well living in Bangalore. Lohit, go ahead.
Yeah, I think not making any statement over here or making any problem, but I just want to know a very basic thing. Being we pay the tax and we anticipate or expect a better service. Either it could be road, what the previous speaker has spoken, or the garbage collection. And after so many years of Indian independence, if you talk that we are still fixing the problem, I don't know when and how it is going to happen. Because if I talk about the BBMP, year on year they are increasing the tax. And it is burden on all of us, but we are not getting the basic services. I think that is need to be looked into by the political classes. If you are burdening us, at least give the bare minimum service. Thanks a lot.
That's a very fair point that we do know, of course, that the BBMP keeps increasing its tax, whether that's property tax or any other sort of tax. The least we'd expect is the decent service. Manohar Mishra is also on the phone line from Bangalore. Mr. Mishra, go ahead.
Hi, Faye. Thanks for this talk. I was listening to this debate, and I was hearing the words like failure. But failure will happen something when you try something, right? So there is no action, then where is the question of failure? So that's what I see here. I see two gentlemen representing two political parties here. You bring the third party or any other fourth party, they all be talking same thing. The people who are not in power will be blaming people who are in power, and people who are in power, they will be giving some kind of nice talk. That's all we are going to hear, and we have been here seeing this from since we come to our senses. And this is going to happen same thing. So where is the question of failure when government or the corporation have any policy, how they will tackle the solid waste, how they tackle the sewage, how they tackle the woes of bad roads. There is no time-bound action, there is no accountability, there is no policy, clear-cut policy, no declared policy. So all is we hear about, all vision. So I will say my vision is to become a president of United States. Then you may laugh. I can have vision, but where is the plan for that?
That's a very fair point, Manohar Mishra. You can't have failure if you've not tried. Dr. Vaman Acharya, you wanted to come in when the earlier caller had come in. There seems to be, and respond to this, Dr. Acharya, there seems to be a sense of hopelessness among the citizens of Bangalore. They sound like they've given up. They sound like the government has no intention for them, and they have very, very low expectations. How did we reach this point in Bangalore? Dr. Acharya.
I again insist that the situation is not that hopeless.
Well,
I
what are you
agree.
saying,
If
Dr.
we
Acharya?
look
You're
at the
listening to the
growth
citizens who are
pattern of-
calling right now. In fact, I'll put the phone number back on.
No,
Anybody
I know,
who wants to
see,
call
that is
and correct what
I-
Dr. Acharya's view of Bangalore is, where he believes that the situation is not that bad. Please feel free to pick up the phone and call us. I'm a citizen of Bangalore. I'm telling you it is that bad. Let's first accept that and then talk about solutions. It is very bad. It is very, very bad. Anybody who grew up in this city will tell you it's appalling.
Look, I am also a citizen. I am not a government representative. I am also a critic. But look at the growth of Bangalore. In last just 20 years, Bangalore has grown 10 times.
Fair
I
enough.
agree
How much
that
have the
governments have
taxes,
not been
tax
able to-
collections grown in Bangalore in the last 20 years? I'm sure it's proportionate. I'm sure there's
I
a
agree the
proportionate
money has
growth in
come, but the
taxes as well.
system has not grown.
The corruption has grown along
system
with the
has
taxes, Dr.
efficiency of
Acharya.
the
The corruption has grown with the taxes.
Exactly. I agree. I fully agree that only corruption. The capacity building of the whole of BBMP here and the government has not happened. But if even today government decides with political will, it can still perform. That's why I was quoting that in whole of the country, best of the treatment plants of municipal waste handling was put up at Bangalore. Government has spent a lot. There has been good things being done. But I agree with you that the corruption, inefficiency of the local self-governments and also of the state government are coming in the way. As you were quoting, the nexus between the local corporators, MLAs is so much that recently we called for tender of collecting 190 watts of garbage. Only 2 people appeared for the tender. That itself means that there is such a powerful link that they will not allow even to go and buy it, take a tender. They only give work contract and everything is happening on piecemeal. So there is no very specific action that takes forward.
Corruption and the
But
lack of
what has
political
happened
will.
so far is,
Corruption and the lack of political
I feel
will.
that
These are problems that we're suffering from in the city of Bangalore. I have another. I have another citizen, Rekha Agarwal. After which I'll ask Dr. Naseer Hussain and our other 2 experts to respond. Rekha Agarwal, go ahead.
Yeah, hi. I just have. Hello.
Go ahead, Rekha.
I just have one point to make. A citizen of India or Bangalore earns for 365 days, and he is taxed for all the money that he earns for 365 days, right?
Yes.
And out of those 365 days, 150 days are just struggling on the road with the garbage, with your road condition and everything. Can a citizen, at least till we have the roads and the garbage in place, stop paying taxes for those 150 days that he earns money? Can we do that? Because you are not able to achieve, the government is not able to achieve clean road, potholes-free road, garbage-free road. Can we at least stop paying taxes, use that money on our own in our locality and make our locality more beautiful?
That's a very fair point. Dr. Ramakanth, yesterday we were talking about the lack of footpaths in the city of Mumbai. And somebody suggested that the citizens should start cleaning up their own footpaths. Why do we pay taxes? We pay taxes on our income. We pay taxes on property. We pay service tax. We pay VAT that goes to the state government. Swachh Bharat cess. Nobody knows where the Swachh Bharat cess is going. What is it being used for? Nothing is becoming cleaner in the country. We're paying a Krishi Kalyan cess. We're paying an education cess. We're paying property tax, road tax, all of this tax. Nearly 50% of the urban Indians' income is being used in tax. Dr. Ramakanth, I agree, we should stop paying our taxes.
What you say, that you are paying taxes, you are not getting anything in return. I fully agree with it because I am also a citizen. And another thing, let me tell you, I don't belong to any political party. I am an expert in the subject. So, whatever policies we have done, our one gentleman was telling that we had a beautiful city during 7-8 years ago. What we were doing that time, we were carrying all the mixed waste and throwing in some village and spoiling their water and life, everything. We have already spoiled about 4 or 5 landfills by that. Now we have got a very good system in place. And by the way we have done, that to citizens only, we went on a public interest litigation and got these laws in position. But unfortunately, the enforcement as usual is very poor because of the political will and the nexus between the contractors and the officials and the elected people. So that if it is straightened, I am sure Bangalore will have at least garbage-free problem will be there because we have already got plants in position. And you told that plants are underfed. Reason is again the people. People are not segregating, we have got laws. But if they are not segregating, they should be fined. That also is given by the High Court order and also it is gazetted. But unfortunately, our officials are not punishing them and all that. And because they are again afraid of the elected people. This is the problem you are facing. Once these things are straightened, I am sure Bangalore will get back the glory, real glory. Earlier glory I don't accept because we were only throwing what they call not in my own backyard. Throw all the waste and throw it out and spoil the villages about 40-50 kilometers away, which is again a trick of the transport mafia. So now if we do, we are decentralizing the whole system, which is going to work. I am sure it is going to work in the future.
All right. Dr. Naseer Hussain, I have someone who's called to speak to you who doesn't want to share his name right now. It's an anonymous caller. He's called specifically to speak with Dr. Hussain. Go ahead. Caller, we can hear you. Go ahead.
Yeah, thanks for bringing this up. So just a quick comment for everybody there. What I'm trying to say is that I can understand the people there, the experts, they may not know the ground situation, but they do have avenues where, we can raise our complaints. And there are citizens, there are concerned people who do bring this to their notice. But what happens is we are getting targeted. As soon as they find out who is called or which apartment complex it is, the very next day we have the garbage collector or the health inspector or the corporator who lands on our doorsteps. He says that we are not doing this, we are not doing that, we are more than 20 apartment building, you are not segregating. Even though we segregate, the garbage collector mixes it. So there are things that we are targeted for if we bring these things to their notice. That's the first point. The second point is I would like to add to what you were saying to Mr. Acharya. The situation is really bad. It's not as though there's no garbage on the streets. Every street has garbage. It is just a matter of time when they collect it. Thank you.
Thank you so much for calling. Dr. Hussain, this is a very good point. A whistleblower policy needs to be instituted. If someone comes forward, let's say, and approaches you personally and says, I have a problem right now, please help me. Tomorrow, that person's local garbage collector or corporator should not land up in the building saying, how can you complain about me? We are no longer going to help you anymore. That's unfair. There should be some sort of a system that protects a citizen who comes forward in a general interest of the society.
Absolutely, Ms. D'Souza, I agree completely with you and with the caller who just spoke now. That these people, those who bring up these issues, should be protected. Some sort of an policy should be there to protect these people, those who want to bring about a change in the society and in the city. One. Two, I appreciate all the callers who have been calling, whether it is Rohit or Mr. Mr. Mishra and Mr. Agarwal, everyone. I appreciate their concern in the development of the city, in the cleaning of the city, and so on. But at the same time, I would also like to reiterate the point that all these people are welcome to take an initiative to help the BBMP, to advise the BBMP, suggest the BBMP, take initiatives and come forward. Because this is not the city of the government alone, this is not the city of the BBMP alone.
Dr. Hussain, can I give you a personal example? Dr. Hussain, I'm sorry to interrupt you.
Many ideas, one.
Dr. Hussain, I'm sorry to interrupt you. Can I give you a personal example?
Just hold on. Second, and Mr. Acharya, when he was speaking, I think he did have a contradiction when he was speaking. He says that the state government has taken up the initiatives, and at the same time he says that the BBMP and the state government are corrupt. That is why these issues, these projects are not being completed. Then he also goes on to say that somebody is trying to see that the tenders are limited. There are no organization.
Good initiatives
please hold on, sir. Please hold on.
Lot of investment also has been made.
Please hold on, sir. Please hold on. Let me complete. Please hold on, sir. Let me complete.
Go on.
Please hold on, sir. Let me complete. I didn't interrupt when you were talking. And you also say that that somebody is not allowing the people to participate in the tenders. See, it's an e-tender policy everywhere. N number of organization, peoples or companies may participate in any tender. How can you accuse the government or the BBMP of stopping someone from participating in the tenders?
Okay. All right. Dr. Hussain, let me respond to you. First of all, you had, of course, called for tenders on the 6th of April across 157 wards. There were no responses. So if you're saying that everybody is allowed to apply for tenders, why weren't there any responses? And let me give you a personal experience when you say that people should work with the BBMP. The cooperators of the BBMP are completely uncommunicatable. When we get in touch,
who is responsible for that,
Dr. Hussain, listen to me. When a citizen, an average citizen, whether it is me or any of my family members,
do you mean to say that somebody in the government is stopping people from
there must be some sort,
in the tenders?
if you're telling me that there was a corruption, there was a nexus earlier in place, how have you made sure that that nexus is not still on the ground, preventing other companies from applying?
I think, ma'am, let me.
If we have not made arrests, if we have not eradicated the nexus from that system.
In state government, ma'am, let me tell you, it is not only in BBMP tenders, even in state government tenders, in central government tenders, there are at times situations where not many participate. In some tenders, nobody participate. In some tenders, there are many who participate. There's so many things. You can't blame the government for everything. See, if there is nobody participating, there will be a retender.
Okay. Dr. Hussain, I just have a couple of things. I just have a couple of things to ask you. Okay, first of all, you yourself accepted that there is corruption in the system. We need to have a proper solution for this corruption, in the sense that people need to be arrested. You need to pinpoint who these people are. And only after you put somebody behind bars can you clean the system of corruption. That's my first submission to you. My second point, my limited point that I'm making to you is this.
You are very correct.
When a citizen comes forward, and I know of active citizens, relatives of mine, family members, senior citizens who come forward and attempt to help the BBMP because there is garbage being piled up on the street, there are slums coming up in empty plots of land, neither the cooperators nor the BBMP nor the office answers their phones. They don't want to become active. They don't want to communicate with citizens. It's very, very difficult to communicate with the government of Bangalore, sir. This is something that you might not realize because you're not dealing with it on a ground level, but it is something that the entire machinery of the government needs to be aware of. That there is nobody taking phone calls. That there is no mechanism right now for a citizen to get involved in a formal manner. This is how you wind up with a citizen of an entire city feeling hopeless. Because they cannot help. They want to help. There's no way to help. Tell us how to get in touch. Dr. Hussain.
Can I interrupt him, please?
No, I think after we have taken...
Okay, I want to give Mr. Ramakanth a quick moment to respond. Mr. Ramakanth, go ahead.
Let me tell you, now I personally, you can say, we have got an organization called Solid Waste Management Roundtable in Bangalore, which is doing all the work in connection with waste management, starting from door to end. The first point which Mr. Dr. Naseer Hussain said about residents.
Okay.
Now, I have mobilized more than 1,000 volunteers in all the 8 zones. All of them are working more than the BBMP staff, going behind the door-to-door collection, everything. Even if some shortfalls are brought to the notice of the officials, they will not fine. Or even brought to the corporators or elected people, they are not fining or something. Unless some punishment is done, places like Singapore and all, how they became clean? Because the punishment that is not there, now we have given them enough powers. Court has given orders. You can fine for littering, there is fine.
Right. We have to, of course, punish those who litter. We have to punish those who are corrupt and who are treating our system so badly. Karthik is on the phone line from Bangalore. Karthik, go ahead.
Hello, ma'am. Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening.
Calling from Bangalore.
Yes.
I just want to suggest one idea, ma'am.
Yes, please.
We don't want to blame our politicians or our public. My only idea is to first we have to build our infrastructure perfectly.
Right.
That means, see, can we put a garbage near to Vidhan Soda? No. We can't put a garbage near to Vidhan Soda, or else in BBM, can we put a garbage near to BBMP office? No. We can't put our garbage. My only idea is, first cleanly, means perfectly build the infrastructure. Put barricades on the footpath. People should not walk on the roads. Do this first so that everything will be cleared. So directly you are allowing the people to walk on the road, and people are using their what to say?
It's a good point. That's a good point. Infrastructure needs to be in place before we make rules and blame each other.
Yes, we cannot clean our garbages. Directly we cannot do that one.
All right. Rajkumar is also on the phone line from Bangalore. Rajkumar, go ahead.
Hi, Faye. Good evening. Rajkumar here.
Good evening,
First and foremost, I'm thankful to you that your channel is doing a great job. Yours is the only channel which is taking out these issues in the public domain.
Thank you. We appreciate your support, Rajkumar.
I've been living in Bangalore for 20 years, Faye. My question to Mr. Hussain is that what is that one good thing BBMP is doing? Just outsource the whole thing. It has just become a hotbed of corruption, nothing else. He may twist, turn, say so many things. You ask a citizen the plight. The roads are not good. The filth is everywhere. Unauthorized, everything unauthorized is being built in this city. The lakes are no more there. The temperature has shot up to 45 degrees. As per Indian Institute of Science study, by 2020, Bangalore will not be a livable city. So what are we talking?
That's a very good point. Dr. Hussain, I'm just going to crystallize all of this into a couple of points for you. First of all, if we can set up an official method in which the citizens can communicate with the BBMP and the state government for problems that they're facing, citizens can communicate and get involved formally, so work with you in some way or the other. Secondly, if we can make a plan on how we're going to eradicate the system of corruption, and why can't we bring in more outsourcing? I mean, Bangalore is teaching the world outsourcing. We came up with it in this city. Why can't we outsource these tasks to people who can do a better job?
You're perfectly right, ma'am, when you say that we should bring in some mechanism where we can hear the voice of the people of Bengaluru. But I think some system is already there in BBMP. We need to improve on the two-way communication and that. And if the people are not responding on the communication lines that have been already instituted by BBMP, I think they have to be punished. One. Second, again, responding to Mr. Ramakanth's suggestion, I would like to say that, sir, the only way of punishing the elected representative is to recall them. The only system how you can punish them is you can recall them, or else you have to punish them in the next election. One. Second, as far as the officers and the government employees in BBMP are concerned, I think absolutely action can be taken against them. Because we know there is a huge nexus in BBMP which we are trying to...
I appreciate the fact that Bangalore is a large, complex problem that is growing a lot faster than any of us assumed. Would you be able to come back in 3 or 4 weeks on this very show? We'll reconvene this same panel. Would you be able to give us an update on any sort of work that's happening within the government, official means of communication that we can use to get in touch with the government as citizens? If there is any progress on dealing with corrupt officials, you said the state and the local bodies are working on it. If you can give us an update on all of these movements on this show, let me know when we can expect this to happen. Will it take 2 weeks? Will it take 4 weeks?
Yeah, see, ma'am, whatever is fine with you and your channel and the other panelists, I would love to come back on this channel. Because for me, Bengaluru city and the people of Bengaluru are more important. I would not only like to convey to the other panelists and the people through your channel as to what BBMP and the government are doing right now on these issues. One. Two, I would also like to hear again from all the panelists as to what we can further do on this issue to see that the city of Bengaluru once again becomes the international destination for the people as it was about 10 years back.
We appreciate your commitment. Himanshu is on the phone line right now. Himanshu, I only have a couple of minutes. Very quickly, go ahead.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, I have 2 points to put here. First of all, thank you for giving this opportunity in Bangalore. I'm staying in Bangalore since more than 5 years. Okay. My first point is, 2 years back, we read a news that now there is coming a policy that a new agency is coming who pick the garbage from our house, and we will get money in lieu to that. In place of that, we will get money. So why we can't have this kind of a sustainable model? Well, people will be encouraged to give the garbage.
To segregate the garbage and give the garbage. So actually reward those people who segregate and hand over garbage that is ready for recycling. That's a good question. That's a good suggestion as well. I want to ask Mr. Babu, before we wrap up the show, do you have a suggestion right now, Ramesh Babu, for the state government or the local bodies to solve the problem? A suggestion that you would like to give, Dr. Hussain?
First of all, the political parties and elected people must have responsibility to solve the problems of BBMP. Here, I want to give a suggestion to the BBMP. They must establish garbage authority in BBMP. It has to look after the garbage problem all over the BBMP. They have to monitor the things because there are 1,000 crores business is going in the handling of the garbage in BBMP. So first they have to establish a board or authority, and they must entertain full work to that authority to monitor the garbage. Here BBMP, not only garbage problem, BBMP is having so much problems. It may be tax collection problem, garbage problem, maintaining of the green city, so much maintaining of the roads, potholes, like so many problems we are having. BBMP has to look after all these problems. They have to monitor the things.
Specific departments within the BBMP to look after specific problems. Unfortunately, we've run out of time. I will, of course, Mr. Babu and Dr. Hussain and the rest of our panelists, I'm going to reconvene this panel in exactly 3 weeks, maybe even before that. I want citizens who are watching today to help me out. I want you to go out into your street and actually record, take photographs, take videos of the garbage that you see. Send it to me either on my Twitter account or on any of the contact details you see on your screen. We will pass it on to the government, we'll pass it on to Dr. Hussain, and we will get an update for you on what's happening in Bangalore in less than 3 weeks. This is my commitment. It is a city that I love very, very deeply, and I stand by the citizen of Bangalore as we fight to bring it back to its former glory. I appreciate the commitments given to us by Dr. Hussain. These are commitments, Dr. Hussain, that I will hold you up to. In 3 weeks, I will expect a response, like will all the citizens of the city. Stay with Magicbricks Now for more updates and more news on civic issues.
You can watch live TV on our website mpnow.in. Find us on Facebook at facebook.com/MagicBricksNow. And don't forget to click the like button. You can also follow us on Twitter at Magicbricks Now. To stay updated with all our programming, hit the subscribe button on our YouTube channel by logging on to youtube.com/MagicBricksNow.